Hey everybody, this is Ryan, and this is a new series called Terraria Interviews, and today I am lucky enough to be joined by the creator of the Story of Red Cloud and the Dark Souls mod, Tim Hjersted. Say hey, Tim.
Hey guys, thanks for having me on.
Alright, so the first thing I wanted to talk to you about is the Story of Red Cloud. It's just this freaking amazing story that you told, and when you first started doing this, did you have everything planned out like this big grand vision, or did it just kind of come to you as you were creating the world?
A little bit of both. It was originally somewhat ambitious because no one had made a map yet that went from the very beginning with a copper pickaxe to all the way to the end of hard mode. And so that was the original vision, was to do every single boss, every single biome, have a dungeon for each. And I thought, oh yeah, this won't be too hard. I'll just whip it together and TED it. And it wasn't until the fourth dungeon, and I had put in probably 60 hours at that point, and I realized, oh my God, what have I gotten myself into?
What about the writing? I mean, the writing was just great. I think everybody is blown away by the first couple signs you come across. Do you have a background in writing, or do you just enjoy doing it?
I do enjoy writing a lot. That was probably my chosen profession. I went to school briefly for journalism and generally just have written a lot. Just writing out the story, it was just kind of a fun, spontaneous writing.
When you got done with this map and you finally uploaded it, did you sit back and you're like, you know what, this thing is pretty good?
Yeah, I had that feeling a lot. It was really hard to not spoil too much before I released it because it was in development for about 6 months. It was definitely hard to kind of contain my excitement because I knew that people were really gonna like it, and I was just personally excited about it, playing it, and I was like, "Oh my God, this seems awesome! I think people are gonna like this."
Were you nervous at all to see people's reactions?
Not really. The main thing that was nervous was releasing it and then getting a flood of comments, and both really positive and also, there's a bug, or this part's too hard, or there would be people, like 100 people downloading it an hour, and I'd be like, oh my God, I gotta get an update up before more people download it and flood me with more comments of the same bugs. And
So why did you pick Terraria for this mod? Why not another game like Minecraft?
I've never played Minecraft because I'm just not a fan of the graphics. I really think they're butt ugly. Yeah, I really just like the visual style of Terraria. It just has a nice pixelated look and keeps to a fairly fantasy look that retains the Legend of Zelda kind of Princess Mononoke almost style, which is also a huge influence for me. So
The Dark Souls mod, it has to be one of the more complex mods that I've seen. Do you have a background in doing anything like this?
no, not at all. Actually, when I started this, I had zero knowledge of coding, so it was really starting from zero, reading the tconfig tutorials, reading about editing basic INI files, the CS files, and a lot of the idea of the Dark Souls mod was to create a community mod that merged all of the best content from lots of different mods. And so a lot of people were super awesome about giving me permission to put their content into the mod. Omnier has a ton of content in the mod that I tweaked. Really, this mod wouldn't have been possible without a lot of help from the community. I mean, on top of all of the people that donated their best content to it, I also had a ton of help from Yorai and Wick and Omnier, Crocs the Great. There's really a ton of people to list that helped me out, and just especially Yorai really made this mod happen because he coded a lot of the original Dark Souls features.
Did you have this mod in mind the entire time?
Well, while I was creating the map, I just always really loved Dark Souls, the game, and I just thought, wow, this would be so amazing if we could put more of this game into another game since there was no sequel out. I just randomly emailed Yorai. Within a few hours, he'd email me back. So Dracon and Yorai wrote this code in like 3 hours and sent it back to me. I was like, holy shit, this is amazing. What else can we do?
You just released a 1.1 update for the Dark Souls mod. What did you change?
Really a ton. Almost doubled the size of the game. It added a entirely new super hard mode. So the update added It took it up to 29 bosses and must have added 60 new NPCs and 8 friendly NPCs, and I think over 200 to 300 items. It was really big. A lot of that was taken from Omnir's updates, and Avalon contributed a lot, and then several other mods I drew content from.
In a forum post, you wrote that you felt the need to nerf a certain spell called Bolt 4. Is it possible that someone who will remain nameless put up a video showing just how powerful Bolt 4 is, and that was what made you make the change?
I don't know if I should reveal my secrets, but yes, that may have had an impact. My decision. It was like, okay, this thing is OP. Once it got word around the community that this was the best weapon, I swear I saw 3 more Let's Plays, and everyone got the Bolt 4 and was beating every boss with it.
That's unbelievable that someone would just do that just because it's easy and put up videos. I'm shocked.
You're like, yes, I'm awesome at this game.
That's my secret. You can't tell anybody that. That's how I convince people I'm good. So you said earlier that you like Dark Souls, and obviously you made the mod. Is it safe to say you have beaten both Dark Souls and Demon Souls?
You know, I actually haven't finished beating Demon Souls. I've got about halfway through it, but Dark Souls, I've beat that probably 3 times. Probably one of my favorite games of all time, and after playing it, it really just killed all other video games for about 6 months. My friend Eli and I just been like, what are we gonna do? All other games just can't live up to this. And then I was like, but no, it cannot end. I'll build this game into another game, and we can play that game.
Is there any chance that with the new update there's any more mods or adventure maps you might have in mind?
That is a huge question mark, because it's not clear how long it'll take for the modding community to create a new T-config. For now, I plan on just kind of taking a break and seeing where things go. Lately, my main project has been Films for Action, and working on that. That's also the website that I encourage people to go to if they support my work. If they want to go to filmsforaction.org/donate, that's where they can send me a few dollars if they want to say thanks. Some friends and I founded this group, filmsforaction.org, back in 2006. You know, it's an independent media website that has all sorts of documentaries that people can watch for free on all sorts of different social change subjects that have been ignored or censored by the mainstream press. So yeah, I know one person encouraged me. They suggested that I do a Kickstarter campaign and for doing a new map for the 1.2 update, and justifiably take away hundreds of hours from real work to do this. It's like, I can't really. I did that once, and it was definitely a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and it was amazing to do. I can't quite see myself doing that again just because of how time-consuming it was.
Very cool. Well, I've checked out the website, and I think it's a fantastic idea, and I applaud you for your efforts. And so just on a personal note, I want to say that the story of Red Cloud, I still think it is one of the best user-created for any game that I've ever played. I think you did a great job with it. It blew me away. It was way more than I could have ever expected. And I think I speak for a lot of people when I just say thank you for all the work you put in and the masterpiece that you created.
Thank you. That means a lot, and it's definitely been really rewarding to see everyone's feedback and to see it, getting downloaded. I think it's been downloaded 80,000 times now, and to see this kind of reception has been really rewarding, and I'm really glad that I was able to make this for everyone.
Alright guys, that is going to do it for this video. If you have anybody you might want to hear talk about their mod or their adventure map, just leave their name down in the comments below. And if you leave a comment in this video, you will be entered for a chance to win a PC copy of Terraria. All you have to do is leave a comment. So that'll do it. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. And until next time, see you guys.